guys, Dennis Machina here. Thanks for hanging out. Today's reaction comes from Crypt TV. This is Mira, Eye of the Beholder, their latest creepypasta. And for those of you who are wondering, yes, this is a direct sequel to The Girl in the Mirror. As always, please go over and support everybody involved in making this video, from the two narrators involved to the artists, along with Crypt TV themselves. I'll leave the links to all their channels, along with the link to the original video in the description below. As long as you're feeling generous, please go over and subscribe to my channel. It's very easy. Go right under this video. To the right, you click on that big red button right there. Then click on that notification bell to be notified every time I put up a new video, because I do put up new videos every single day. And without any further ado, LEGGO.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. After my 12-year-old cousin Amanda was murdered by Mira, everything changed.
Nightmares.
Counseling and therapy helped, but when you witness your cousin get the life quite literally sucked out of her, it's hard not to get scarred.
Yeah, that's something that would stick with you.
After countless sessions with a therapist, I was convinced that Amanda's death, while very real and traumatic, happened at the hands of a home intruder, not Mira.
That makes sense, considering he was as young as he was, and he probably thought to himself, well, my imagination probably went away from me, so he tried to go with the most logical explanation with saying, okay, it was a home intruder.
Mira. She didn't exist, and I truly believed that. On my 14th birthday, my parents got me a wooden dressing table and a mirror for my room so I could get ready for school. They said it was time to grow up and move on, and I wanted that too. But that night, I saw Mira. Her pale dead eyes were fixed above the wall.
Okay, that gave me chills.
Across her ghastly face, she was standing in my new mirror, holding the severed head of my 12-year-old cousin Amanda. She stared at me for a few moments and then vanished.
Oh, God.
In the morning, I just wrote it off as a dream.
Sure.
I had plenty of those. I felt more comfortable when my dog Jess was sleeping with me.
No, the puppy.
I got her about a year after Amanda died.
No,
when
puppy.
I started sleeping in my own room again. She was a sweet black retriever that never left my side.
Good puppy.
It was the week before Christmas. My Aunt Sherry was babysitting me while my parents were out of town. She used to be the town beauty queen. I mean, she won a ton of pageants back in her day. But in her 40s, Sherry wasn't quite the looker she was in her 20s.
Yeah.
Like her late daughter, Amanda, she used to be beautiful on the outside. Used to be. But eventually, her outer beauty mirrored what was on the inside.
Smoking will do that.
As I tucked myself under the covers, Jess circled a small patch of blanket before finally laying down at the foot of my bed. I turned out the light and lay there in the darkness, wide awake. I couldn't sleep because it was too early and my Aunt Sherry was watching soaps at full volume.
Jesus.
After a few minutes, I turned my lamp back on and silently read a scary book I'd checked out of the library that week. I was about 3 pages in when my bedroom door suddenly flew open. It was Sherry. She was lit with anger and covered in Cheeto crumbs.
What the fuck?
Her fingertips were bright orange. She was still licking them as she screamed.
I thought I said lights out at 8. And what the hell are you reading?
She continued, snatching
That's
the
the
book from
additional
my
narrator.
hands.
Horror? You're reading horror? After everything that has happened in this house? To my daughter? To my Amanda? After all the lies you told? How could you even think about reading this filth? Devil mark or not, it makes me sick to look at you. And get that mutt off the bed! She belongs outside. Now!
My
Fuck
dog
you.
obediently stood up and did as she was told.
Oh.
Jess stopped just outside my bedroom door and looked back at me with those sad puppy dog eyes.
Oh.
Sherry was just about to leave the room when she caught a glimpse of her reflection in the mirror. She closed my bedroom door, locking Jess out, and made her way over to my dressing table.
I thought you were scared of mirrors,
she said.
My. Haven't I aged gracefully? Like
Nope.
fine wine?
Nope.
Finished. She then settled onto the bench in front of the mirror. Her large frame spilled over it. The wooden bench creaked and groaned as she situated her weight on top of it.
Is this where the mirror girl lives?
The one that you said killed my Amanda? She sneered sarcastically while checking her
She was a
facial angles in the
kid.
mirror.
Well, he was a
I
kid.
shook my head no. Sherry turned around to face me, snickering, and said, "That's because there are no mirror monsters. Why didn't you scream for help the night my beautiful Amanda was kidnapped? Why, you devil-marked freak?"
Hello, Frozen in Terror. Ever heard of it?
Not a devil's mark. It's my birthmark, I whimpered.
What did you just say?
Sherry asked,
Corrected
turning
you?
towards me. When I looked back up, Mira was sitting in the reflection across from Sherry. She slowly brought her crooked finger up to her cracked face and whispered,
That's his
All I
friend.
could do was inhale loudly before my Aunt Sherry could turn back around to face the mirror. Two arms reached out of it and pulled her back towards the mirror as if trying to pull her in.
Get
Sherry
wrecked,
and
bitch!
I both screamed in unison. Jess began to bark wildly from the other side of the door. Mira struggled trying to squeeze Sherry through the mirror in my room, but she was just too fat for the tall, narrow mirror. Sherry howled in agony as Mira snapped both her arms in an attempt to drag her into the mirror world.
Fuck!
My aunt's squeal no longer sounded familiar, let alone human. To this day, I have never heard a person make good sounds.
Damn!
Breaking Sherry's arms and legs was not enough to fit her through the wooden frame. As Sherry fell out of the mirror, her weight snapped and splintered the dresser into pieces. Sherry was on the floor, bloodied, bruised, crying, and broken. I looked down at her in horror.
Help me.
She whimpered. Then Mira quickly
Now you want help.
the mirror on all fours. She climbed on top of Sherry and positioned herself so that they were face to face.
Is that a razor blade?
Sherry cried out and begged as Jess snarled, pawing at the other side of the door to get into the room. I watched as dark red ooze and globs dripped out of Mira's mouth and
Yeah,
into
that!
Sherry's. Mira stuck two fingers inside her own
That!
mouth and pulled out a razor blade.
Yep.
She began to slowly score deep gashes all over Sherry's head. I couldn't breathe. There wasn't really much of Aunt Sherry's face left after 30 seconds, but she continued to scream. My Aunt Sherry coughed up a fountain of blood before she gasped her final breath. I was still frozen to my bed, too terrified to move. Suddenly, Mira sank her teeth into Sherry's neck and began to drag her back towards the mirror to take her into the other side. I finally screamed for Jess. Mira had one foot through the mirror when Jess bravely charged in through the bedroom door.
Oh,
Baring
no!
all her teeth, she latched onto Sherry's shirt collar. There was a tug of war between Jess and Mira as Aunt Sherry's backside was pulled back and forth across the splintered dresser. Jess growled like I'd never heard before and fought bravely to rescue my aunt. Mira finally let go of my Aunt Sherry's neck, hissed at Jess, and quickly retreated back into the mirror, knocking it down on top of Sherry's head. The mirror shattered into a million sharp pieces and everything was silent. Sherry was most definitely dead.
Yeah.
I lay there in my bed, holding my dog until my parents returned a day later. The cops said I was in shock. Again, no matter what I said or how much I begged, no one would believe me.
Well,
My Aunt Sherry suffered the same fate as her daughter Amanda. Yet their deaths were blamed on two different things, neither of which were right.
what was the second
My
one
dog,
blamed on?
the hero, was not treated as such.
Oh
Jess's mouth was covered in Sherry's blood. So they took her from me and put her down in the name of safety.
no! Oh
Jess
no!
attacked Sherry thanks to the bite marks Mira left on my aunt's neck. They speculate that when Jess attacked, Sherry must have fell a few times as she struggled with Jess.
Oh,
just before the
come
mirror
on!
her on her head. Apparently that inflicted the cut marks she was found with and caused her to bleed out. And from there, life got a lot harder.
Bullshit.
That wasn't the last time I saw Mira.
Fuck this bitch. Before I was rooting for her, but as soon as the dog got blamed for it and the dog got put down, that's a load of crap. I had a sinking suspicion that the death was going to be blamed on the dog. Because it's always blamed on the dog. And that pisses me off every time. And I know it's just a story, but it just gets me every single time. Anyway, that was the sequel to the first Mira creepypasta from Crypt TV. What did you guys think of it? Please leave all of your thoughts down in the comment section below. Leave a like if you enjoyed my reaction. Share this video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Ring the notification bell because I put out new videos every single day. And I will see you guys next time.